3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today I want to show you this bit of terrain that we've already seen. You saw me build it, and I'm going to be adding some more to it, building up the story of what I want to tell of it. Because what do we do with terrain? We bring our battlefields to life. We get that immersion in, and they're there to help tell the narrative, continue the story. And that's what I want to do with this today. I want you guys to sort of have a rethink about the way that you see terrain and dioramas. Maybe instead of them just being dust collectors on our shelves, get them onto our battle boards and help to tell a story. 3, 2, 1. So I've decided to put some snipers, a Krieg sniper pair, into this building, because what do snipers do? They go ahead of the battle group. They get the information, they set tactics and targets, and they destroy key elements. Well, my guys have pushed forwards, so I don't care what battle is going on. It could be Space Marines and Necrons, Orcs and Necrons, Orcs and Eldar. My two Kriegers have pushed forward and are setting up their FOP, forward observation point, in which they're getting ready for a Krieg advance. So let's get on to the build. Let's get on with the story. Now, this is the perfect opportunity for us to dive into our bits boxes and just clear out some of those things that you know you might use, but you just don't know what you're going to use it on, or you're waiting for that perfect opportunity. So instead of waiting around for that day that will never come, I'm going to jump into my bits box, grab some things out that I think, oh, well, they look cool, but I know I'm not going to use them, not anytime soon anyway, and I will accumulate more as time goes on. So let's have a little bit of a shift out. Let's turn that courtyard into like a scrap yard and jazz this up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Now, unfortunately for us, in the period of M14 to M15, there was the great uprising and revolution against IKEA. It was aggressively holding on to its copyright of flat-packed furniture, and this did lead to many a dismemberment and decapitation of people in charge. So, luckily for us, we have got coffee stirrers, toothpicks, and some tools to help us get through. So pin vise, hobby saw, and our clippers and scalpel. Let's see if we can put a table and chairs together. We're going to use some glue and resin to give us a fighting chance. Now, in true Blue Peter fashion, here is one I made earlier. This is 2 coffee stirrers glued together using PVA. And then we're just going to poke one of our toothpicks through one of these 4 holes to then start making the legs. Make sure that the fit's right, add some glue, get going. We'll chop them down once the glue has dried. And once we've done that, it should look somewhat like this. A little bit of a mess at the moment, not a chair I would want to sit on, but we'll be doing some trimming and chopping later to sort that out. Now we're going to do our table. We're just going to cut them down to size, again using our models as references on size. So as you can see here, I've put 2 support beams onto 4 of these coffee stirrers, and I've put some resin in the central part there, which we're not going to see from any angles, and then just trim it down to size so we can fit our sniper on top. Now, once again, once you're happy with how your table is looking, we're just going to add a bit of glue to the end of our toothpicks and then stick them in those holes so that we can wait for the glue to dry, and then our table will have some table legs. Now, I've left these for about 2 hours to dry, just so that when we are chopping things down, nothing gets dislodged or moved out of position when we don't want it to be. So get your clippers, start clearing off the top those spikes, because you really don't want them on your table unless you want a kebab table. I don't know. And we are going to do the same on the chair, but we're going to use our Krieg model in the background there to check for reference on height and size so that it doesn't look like a kiddie stool. Now what we're going to do is just use some cardboard and kitchen towel, bit of PVA glue, and we're going to make some beds for our Krieg sniper pair. And then we're also going to use that same PVA and kitchen roll sort of mixture, I guess you could say, to put some signs up on our walls around our building, and also just to fill that negative space in that large open area at the top, we're going to turn it into a carpet. So let's get cracking and see how this works out. Now, before kit bashing my Krieg sniper, what I have done is just done a quick test with resin and plastic. So super glue on one side that I'm testing here. How strong is that bond? I'm really putting a lot of pressure onto that. Really trying to clamp down to get rid of it. And then plastic glue on the other side. Let's do the same test. And yeah. Okay, so I feel like after that test, I can definitively tell you, if you are gluing plastic to resin kits, use super glue. It's definitely got the stronger hold. Well, I feel like the best thing to do now is to get this Krieg team all put together and get everything nice and painted up.
To the day the Emperor takes me, I will remember that day. You had orcs on the far side of the city, but we had cultists moving up our left flank. 400 meters, easy pickings. They train you to weaponize mathematics, take the shot, to be quiet, to be concealed, to know the flight path, the trajectory, everything. We went wrong that day. We had our main target, Keystone, in sight. It was ready to be set in place to unlock. I took my breath, and I counted. 3, 2, 1.
Guys, thank you yet again for joining me on another hobby adventure. I really hope that you've taken away a different perspective of how to look at your terrain and how to look at your dioramas. Why have them as dust collectors on your shelf when you can get them on your battlefield and get them involved in the story, get them involved in your hobby time. Thank you again for watching, and I really do hope to see you in the next one.